that is missing. Here we go. We got some people posting their questions in here already, which is good. Just to get started, I'm going to give a little bit of background. There is going to be timestamps in the description down below on YouTube, which is going to go through everything that's talked about on the community update. And if you guys want to skip around, you'll be able to skip around. So we'll get that out to you. I see some questions. Guys, don't ask ridiculous questions in the chat. Try to keep it, as realistic as possible. Again, we're gonna literally go through every question and make sure you guys submit a question, because that is gonna qualify you for the giveaway that we're gonna do at the end. So for everyone that's just joined, if you don't know, how Funded Trader got started, a little bit of a background. I'd say most people have found us through Blake Olson on YouTube or from the Forex League Instagram page, Forex League brand. For those that are finding us now more organically because of your jumping ship from other prop firms, or maybe you are funded by another prop firm and you just want to get another option going, welcome. A little background from us is I started working in, I guess you could say, the prop firm space in January. So I had been running the Forex League page for a couple of years now. I was trading, running the brands and building our community. And then the opportunity came up basically for us to partner with a prop firm. I'm not going to name it, but it came up, we didn't know anything about prop firms at the time. The only thing I knew was about FTMO. So obviously I knew that they were big, and I didn't know how their business ran or anything like that. I was just a trader, simply trying to get funded. I had passed some accounts with them. I had failed some accounts with them. And I was like most of you guys where, I talked about their business model, was wondering how they do everything. I'm not going to get too into detail on how we're doing everything, but basically I got the opportunity to work for a prop firm in marketing capacity. You guys are more advertising. We have the Forex League brand. They wanted to launch their brands. They wanted to use our Instagram and have us try out their services. So I thought it was a home run for us, get funding, give it to our community, give them more opportunities. So I started working with them in like a strategic partnership sense. I had mostly insights into the operations of the business. And the reason why I had those insights was because their operations were being run pretty poorly. Their customer service was non-existent. And for us to plaster them all over our brand and to recommend them was kind of ridiculous if they were not, in my opinion, a good company, or they were not being run well. Like, we didn't want to advertise a shit product at the end of the day. And I noticed, a little bit too late that it was kind of a shit product. So I had to step in, and I did, and I helped with the operations of the business. I helped with a lot of the decisions that were being made. And as I was going through these experiences, that's when I started to learn about how these prop firms are really set up, the financial model, how traders get backed, the programs, how everything works, how to set up everything. As everyone knows or might not know, TCF, which is Traders Central Fund, they actually white label prop firms now. Now, my issue with them, or not issue, but what I've noticed is they will randomly fail you even if you passed, right? So if you pass and they notice that they don't like your risk tolerance, stuff like that, or like the way that you trade, say you take 20 losses in a row, but they're all very small, and then you have a huge winner, they don't like that strategy. Like, they have strategies they like and strategies they don't like, and they don't put that in the rules. So a lot of these prop firms that are starting have all these crazy rules. And it's ultimately to protect the business from having a profit and loss sheet of above like literally 98%, right? So they're trying to really squeeze the client for every dollar. our mission, we believe that there's enough room here to give the client, like, as you guys know, with our rules, they're very lenient, they're very open, and we believe that that way the client can be happy, the company can survive, and make money, and everyone kind of wins. So White, good afternoon, White. So I was looking at it from that perspective, like, these other companies are starting and they're handcuffing their clients. Not only are they handcuffing their clients, and this is what was happening with the firm I was advertising for, people would pass again and then they would just fail them. It wasn't because they failed a daily drawdown or failed a rule. It was just the rule didn't exist. They just evaluated their account and they straight up told them that your trading strategy we don't like. And to me, it was like, how am I going to advertise something potential or a quote unquote life-changing opportunity to people, and there's a rule that's not even stated, and once they pass and spend all their time, they're going to just get denied, right? As a business, that is not building trust with anyone. That's the opposite of building trust. So as soon as that happened, for those that know more about the situation, as soon as I realized that that was going on, my immediate action was, we need to stop advertising them and get away from them, and we need to decide whether we're going to start our own. We're going to start our own firm, which is what we did. We stopped advertising with them right away. We stopped working with them immediately, and we decided to put together our own program, which is obviously the funded trader, and have it the way that we want to have it. I've known Blake for about 2.5 years now, dating all the way back to before he started his YouTube, before he started his trading academy. I met Blake through, I guess, channels of communication, and we had been talking about doing other projects together. And then obviously he went ahead and did his YouTube page, and we were fortunate enough to contact him and start our own brokerage or our own funded trade. So at this point now, we obviously have launched. We're about 3 months in, and a lot has transpired and a lot has changed over the last 3 months. We've learned a lot. Yeah, we've learned a lot about the space. We've learned a lot about our competitors. There are these things popping up all over the place, but I look at it like this: there are hundreds and hundreds of brokers to choose from, right? I think when it comes down to it, you want to work with the one that has the most transparency, the most consistency when it comes to payouts, the best customer service, and also all those different add-ins, the analytics, the different reward systems, the referral programs. You want to work with someone who obviously has the best product, right? So our goal is realistically to deliver the best product possible to everyone, but also to really build a sense of community. I know some people in the Discord have been upset about people getting booted out. I'll comment on that because I am the one, for the most part, booting these people out. It really just comes down to this, guys. If you have a brand, and you want to set a standard of what is the, acceptable communication, you have to stick to that standard, right? You can't fall victim or, let people do whatever they want, especially early on in a new venture. You have to set the standard of who are the type of people you want involved, because we're building a community. It's not like we just want anyone, to join. We want people who are going to believe in the vision of our company, are going to understand that the firm at that point, was 1 month old, 2 months old, now it's 3 months old, is offering very similar services, is scaling just as quickly as firms that are here for 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, right? So if we're going to get people inside of the chat that's going to give our customers, our clients difficulties, ourselves difficulties, at the end of the day, it's like a cost analysis. What's the cost benefit of having a rat, right? What's the cost benefit of having someone, a bad seed? I think if we weed out the bad seeds, there's more than enough people who want to build our brand with us and who are flexible. We'll stick with those people. So I'll comment on that. I want to comment on one other thing that I've noticed. If you fail the account, if you fail to follow the rules, you will not move on. And that's Simple. That goes for if you leave trades open, if you hit the daily drawdown, if you, hit break any of the rules, you will fail. Where you're never going to fail because of your trading strategy. That's the whole reason I got into starting this was because, the other firms, that are starting, they're doing this like weird white label thing, and they're all the same thing, and they just fail people if they don't like their trading strategy. To me, that's not a business. That's what I call SCAM. It's not, that's why I got out of it immediately, because you're basically using your own discretion to make decisions when the client doesn't know what your criteria is. That's, very SCAM, right? So to me, that's very sketchy. So, people are doing that, but whatever. We're going to try to steer clear from that. Again, for everyone that has joined the call, please, please, please write in the chat one question that you do have for us. There's going to be a giveaway at the end of this. I won't say what the giveaway is going to be for. It could potentially be one account that has the new dashboard, has the new broker. We'll see. But write one question inside of the chat and we'll get that answered for you guys. Just to do an update on some things that are currently going on right now, we have a total of about 50 funded traders so far. This, unfortunately, some of the ones that had passed have failed within the first week. Now, we've seen traders that are not using stop losses, traders that are going down 3% in one day, they are more likely to fail so very quickly, right? Not using stop losses, over leveraging, so using huge lot sizes, drawing down more than 3% in one day. These people are the ones that are failing, right? And the unfortunate part is some of them are failing when they're in profit. And how it works for those that are wondering, and I'm sure this question will be asked, is you get your funded account, you have to make it 30 days to qualify for a profit split. That's because if you make profit on day one, you're not going to get a split, quite simply. You're going to have to wait 30 days from the first trade you take to be eligible for a split. If you make 5K in those first 30 days and then fail the daily drawdown on the 27th day, unfortunately, you will not be afforded a split. So you have to make it the 30 days. Once you make it the 30 days, guys, then you'll be eligible for profit splits. You'll be eligible to do one profit split per month, right? So you can choose when to do that profit split. Say after 30 days, you want to continue to compound your account, and then 45 days in, you want to take your split. You're eligible for a split, take your split in the middle of that month. Say on the 45th day, you fail the daily drawdown, but you're up $50,000, right? So you draw down 12,000, 6,000 on whatever size account. You will be allowed to make a profit split because you are now eligible for profit splits. The reason we're doing this is because we're seeing people be very reckless with the funded accounts right when they get them. So from a business perspective, it just makes the most sense for us to require people to have that patience and have the first profit split be after 30 days. So I just wanted to get into that. Our newest addition to the website, for those that haven't seen it already, we're going to go over the leaderboard and we're going to go over this. So this is the newest addition to the website, the funded trader profits. What this actually is these are people who have passed, right? These are people who have passed both the funded or the phase 1 and phase 2 accounts, and they're funded. They're fully funded. They're trading live. And this is basically the top 10. So, we want to stay within the theme, the medieval theme here. This is the top 10 traders. The king is Matej P. I believe he's on the call right now, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I saw him earlier. Looks like he hopped off. But yeah, these are the top people right now. This is how much profit they're in. So yeah, we want to just be very transparent to you guys. This doesn't mean that this is paid out yet. You guys saw there was another person who was up 60,000 in his first week and he failed the account, so he was wiped off the leaderboard. So this person is going to be eligible though for the profit split this week. This week we'll be sending out probably around 100K in profits for the month, right? So that's huge for us. Definitely a big milestone. Yeah, Matej is here. Definitely a big milestone. Our goal for this month was to deliver 100K in paid profits. So people that are asking, can we afford to pay people, blah, blah, blah. The answer is yes. So the answer is yes, we can afford to pay people out. In regards to how that is all set up, it's all proprietary, how we are using all of the data to set that up. But yeah, so we're handling a lot more. I know right now we only have one standard challenge funded trader. He had an 8K withdrawal. Obviously this month the withdrawals are going to be crazy. A lot more people have made money and are funded. So he is the winner right now. If you guys want to come on here, leave a little comment. Again, this is really for motivational purposes. As you guys can see, people are on here, they are making money. They are, realistically, this is life-changing. I've talked to these people. For them, some of them are funded with other platforms, some of them are not. Some of them, it's their first go round, so there's Matej. Oh, he's not the one though. It's a fake, it's an artificial Matej. But yeah, so we have a lot of people making money, which is obviously the goal of the business. So it's to me something I wanted to put together, and I wanted everyone to be able to see. It's updated on a daily basis. That being said, let's go into the leaderboard. For those that don't know what the leaderboard actually is, it's basically a way for you to earn a funded account, or for the best trader who cannot afford to buy a challenge or chooses not to, it's a way for them to get a funded challenge for free. So what you have to do is you just follow all these instructions. I'm not going to go over them right now because you literally just have to read it. And on YouTube, there are also videos explaining how to do all of this. But basically, you submit your link, your FX book link, and then you are on the leaderboard. You only appear if you are in profit. So you can see there's 64 people that are participating or that are in profit currently that are participating. You just have to go through a step-by-step process to get your info on the leaderboard. Yeah. This is separate from the traders profits leaderboard. This you still have to connect everything and do the step-by-step. But let's see the winner. So I went through yesterday and I took out the top 10 people, or not the top 10. I just went through the top 10 and looked at their accounts. And if you failed any of the rules, I just took you out, because at the end of the day, people are being discouraged because the top person has like a 300% gain. So if you failed any of the rules, I went and took you out. So I did update that recently, yesterday. So you guys can go and check now. The leaderboard has changed. I'll go through again and run through again, the top 10 probably at the end of this week. It'll be the end of the month. So we'll start to pick a winner on this one. But that's the monthly leaderboard. First place wins 200K. Second place wins 100K. Third place wins 50% off. So next month on the 1st of the month, so September 1st, you will then start to be able to submit your link for September. And then the 8th will be the cutoff date. And that's when we'll start to track all the accounts, and you guys will be able to see who is the winner on the leaderboard. So I'm going to go ahead and start to get into all of the questions here. Again, this is something that we are very passionate about, putting together the leaderboard. I'm going to get into another cool thing that we're going to do later in the webinar. We have about 35 more minutes. So I want to get to these questions because they are very important. So again, submit your questions, guys, in the chat. You'll qualify for a giveaway. All you have to do is just submit one question. And what I will do here, let me stop sharing for one momento. I'm going to just pull up the notepad. That way we can see every single question that's going to be answered here. So again, guys, we're about to get started with the Q&A part. of the section here. I guess before we get into the Q&A part, I do have kind of one more thing that I do want to talk about. So I'm gonna get into that first. But post all your questions, guys, inside of there, and we're gonna start ripping it. Let's go share. All right, so you should be able to see my screen one more time. Just confirm that for me inside of the chat. And I'm gonna bring up these sticky notes. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. Can't be having you see the important information I've got behind my screen. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Got this. And we've got this. All right, cool. All right, here we go. The last thing I want to talk about before we get into the Q&A is going to be the broker. So the broker and the dashboard are going to be coming within the next week, pretty much at this point. Now I want to comment on the timeline and the roadmap for all of that. Basically, our goal was to have our own broker out as soon as possible. Many of you may not know because it's not, every day that someone's trying to start a broker. To start a broker is very complex in the US. The US is obviously one of the most regulated countries, if not the most in the world when it comes to the financial sector. So we all live in the US, all the partners of this business. So for us, in order to start a brokerage firm that has the leverage that we need per the programs, has to be an international entity. There's, long story short, there's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of intricacies in the contracts, a lot of attorneys involved to get these things started. We have engaged and we are in the process of starting our standalone brokerage for the funded trader. That being said, it is not like currently close to being ready because of the legal kind of obstacles we're coming into. So what we want to do, because of the fact that the broker is such a problem that we currently have, is I want to reiterate, we can't just work with any broker, right? We have to have certain back office applications for us to be able to facilitate the automations to allow the business to run, right? I'm not going to sit here and manually send things out, right? Everything needs to, from an operations standpoint, be automated, be sound, as much as possible. So if a broker is willing to give us the access that we need in order to set up all these processes, that is the criteria for us to work together with them. I know people have mentioned, oh, can you go back to broker X? Can you go to broker Z? It's not that simple. And believe me, we've reached out to about 25 different brokers, the top brokers, because we know all of them that people want at the end of the day. Trying to form these relationships even before we started and make all these things happen, right? And unfortunately, a lot of them haven't been as receptive to giving us the access we need. That being said, there are 2 brokers that have been receptive. The names are Nash Markets and Purple Trader, or Purple Trading, right? So what we will be doing is Nash Markets and Purple Trading will become, you'll have options. So you'll be able to choose from those 2 brokers. We are getting a more competitive commission structure for them as well, which is obviously important to everyone. So you'll be able to choose from those 2 options. Nash Markets will be available for the challenges literally as soon as next week. So it is going to be coming very quickly. We're getting the access we need today. Then the technology will be implemented by our team. So we are targeting next week for all of the challenge accounts to start being on Nash Markets. We know like no one wants to use FX Choice, and FX Choice won't be integrated with our dashboard. So FX Choice will no longer be used, point blank. So Nash Markets will be up and running within the next week or so. Purple Trader as well. I would say Purple Trader is going to be integrated by September 1st. So today is the 6th. So yeah, in like 7 days, Purple Trader will be made available as well for the challenge accounts. And that being said, the dashboards will also be live with those new brokerage accounts. This is just a mock-up of one of the iterations. We're going to have a lot more expanded statistics on here, a lot more metrics, and have it a little bit more customizable. We're also going to be implementing some sort of achievements program, very similar to you guys that play. I don't personally play Call of Duty, but you know, some of my partners do, and this is something that people have vocalized that they would like, is an achievements type of thing. So the achievements are going to range anywhere from literally making 1% a day, 5% a day, passing accounts, so on and so on. There's going to be credits that are going to be given, awards for all these achievements. You can use them towards paying for challenges. You can use them towards merch. You know, you'll be able to use them towards other things that are in our store. So there even will be a bonus, you know, cash bonuses and stuff like that. So yeah, we're working on offering MT5 as well. That we're focused on MT4 for the launch of it, but then I think MT5 will be integrated pretty quickly, since it is available to them and we can integrate it on our end with our tech. So yeah, MT5 now is in the mix, is in our plans a lot faster than we originally anticipated. Purple Trader does offer ctrader. I'm not really sure if we're going to be able to integrate with ctrader, if we'll be able to give out the dashboard. So you know, we'll see if we can implement ctrader you know, by the end of the year. That's definitely, it's realistic because it's available. But again, we'll just see. So new brokers are going to be Nash Markets and Purple Trading. You can look up all of their spreads. You can open a demo account with them. We're going to be having the raw spread accounts, so the spreads are going to be as low as possible, and the commissions are going to be different than what it says on the website. We're going to have special commission structure because of our partnerships with them. So shout out to them, you know, for working with us, and we're more than excited. So Nash Market's going to be available as early as next week, and Purple Trader will be available literally within 7 to 10 business days. So Purple Trader, the reason I say that is because the contract is still being signed. We've just received the agreement. Nash Markets, the contract has already been signed, you know, so we're already moving forward with them. So yeah, that's coming, the dashboard, all of that, which is obviously very important because the current dashboard is very delayed. People are requesting all these account reviews, you know, these manual reviews, all of that. Everything is going to be automated with our new systems, which is going to be a game changer, obviously, for all of you guys. And we are very excited to bring that to everyone. So let's go ahead. Let's start to get into the Q&A section here. Again, guys, Q&A right in here in the chat. One question that you have, we have about 25 minutes, and we're going to run through all the questions. So we're going to get started with question number 1 from Andres. So I'm going to post the questions here so you guys can actually see them. So this is question number 1. For us that already have accounts, do we get to use the new broker as well, or how are we going to go about that? So we are currently strategically thinking about how we are going to put everyone onto the new broker that is currently inside of a challenge. I think the goal for us is to get everyone on as soon as possible. Like, don't get me wrong, we don't want anyone on FX Choice anymore. We want everyone on the new dashboard. That way things are being tracked, the way that they should be, and everyone is happier, obviously, with the broker that they're using. That being said, the only thing that I'm seeing as a potential drawback to doing that is basically the trading days. So we would have to go through every single challenge, and as you can imagine, there's a lot of them. We would have to go through every single challenge before we transfer you over to the new broker, and we would have to basically evaluate them and see whether you failed or not. If you didn't fail or not, then we'd have to take down like a manual note as to how many trading days you've already had. Because when we transfer you over to the new server, then obviously there's a a chance that if we don't write down the trading days or whatever, we lose some of that data. And when it comes down to like when funding you guys, we are looking at your challenge account phase 1 and 2. We're trying to see what skill level you guys have when we're making that final kind of decision there. I mean, obviously everyone that passes gets funded, but even though we're still looking at what strategy you use and everything like that. And excuse my email. For us, it's important to be able to use that. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, if this person in the middle of phase 1, we transfer them to the new server, we're gonna kind of lose all that data if you've been trading for like a half a month already. So we're gonna go about it the best way that we can. We might let like 50 people come through, 100 people come through. I don't know. It's certainly something that we're thinking about and that we're going to try to accommodate because we know that it's very important to all of you guys. So let's go on to the next question. How we are going to go about that is over the weekend, we will most likely make that transition. So when the FX choice is closed, that's when we would transition everyone over to their like new accounts. So it wouldn't be in like the middle of the week or anything. Are you guys trading live accounts after you pass the eval? This is a demo prop firm. That is correct for now. As we get implemented with our new broker, we will be delivering out those live accounts. But for now, the way that we have to have it set up on the back end of the business, we simply don't have the access to put together those, like the accounts being live. Is biweekly payout going to be an option in the future? Yeah, biweekly payout is definitely going to be an option. And biweekly payout, I think the way that we look at it, it's not exactly a biweekly payout. It's more of like, right now you can withdraw 1 time per month. We were just going to up it to 2 times per month, right? So you could withdraw the first week, you could withdraw the second week, and then you can withdraw the rest of the month. You'll have 2 payout opportunities. So that's kind of how we're going to do it. Let's see here. Bring our stickies back up. All right, next question. If we start 3 200K at the same time, can you merge these accounts or only after we pass? You cannot merge the accounts during the challenge, guys. You are allowed to trade them, amongst them, or like manually trade them. So you can copy trade to those accounts. You cannot use an EA on 3 different accounts together. Once we say you're getting away with that in the challenge in phase 1 and then phase 2, once you get to the point where you're going to get funded, it's going to be looked at and scrutinized a little bit more closely. And there is the potential that we will catch that rule, that you guys will be failed. And obviously we don't want anyone doing that because it's going to be a huge waste of time on your end to make it all the way to the funded and like to be said, oh, you broke one of the rules. Maybe you weren't aware. There's a lot of people that aren't aware of some of the rules. And for those that are serious about this opportunity, read all the rules in the FAQ, guys. The FAQ is there for a reason. You got to read all the rules. We have an entire YouTube page for everything. So definitely go through the YouTube, go through the Discord. In there, we have a section for the FAQ videos. So look through everything. If demo, why don't you guys provide access to the live account? Again, this is more getting into how the business actually works. And from a legal perspective, we can't disclose that. Explain drawdown on swing open positions. Are there any consistent rules? All right, so let's get into the next question here. Let's keep this, not trading related, or not like, this isn't like a Forex, how to do Forex webinar. It's just about the prop firm. Are there any consistency rules once you pass the challenge and trading live accounts? So there are no consistency rules once you pass the challenge, guys. Again, we're not trying to create a situation where you guys get failed due to some like unknown rule. That being said, there currently is a lot size rule on indices for the live accounts to better facilitate us getting fills in the live market, because of the fact that we have to give out demos right now. This is why we're ultimately going to give out live accounts. The data feed for demos is a little bit different than the live accounts. So when we're going and copying these trades into our live accounts for the traders. For the indices, when people are using massive lot sizes, basically what happens is the fill in a live market situation, there's obviously there's buys and set, or there's an order book, right? The fill isn't going to get executed instantly. In a demo, it always going to get executed instantly because there's no fee, like there's no liquidity behind it. It's just all fake, right? So for us, we realized that in order to better facilitate being able to copy, your trades so that we could actually pay you out the money, we need there to be a lot size cap on the indices. It's not a cap, it's more that you can only enter, I believe it's 0.5 per position. So you just have to open multiple positions. You can't open one like 10 lot on US 30. You got to open, 10.5 lots. So that's like one thing that we have inside. And when you guys get a funded account, the first thing you really need to do is join the Discord and get into the private channel that's in there. That's where all the traders, I'll probably preview that at the end. That's where all the traders are talking and discussing everything. So let's see. And there's also some updates from us, for the live traders when it comes to, what's going on. If I have a 100K challenge and I make 20K profit, but the next day I lose 10K, did I fail the challenge? Yes, you did fail the challenge. The drawdown rules, I'm not going to get into the drawdown rules explaining them here because it would literally be redundant. We have an entire YouTube video that explains the drawdown rule, and it's fairly similar to every other prop firm as well. But the drawdown resets at the end of the day. So if you did make 20K on day 1 and then day 2, you lost 10K, which is going to be more than 6%, you do fail the account. And I do understand some people are new to the prop trading space, and that's completely fine, which is why I'll continue to answer all those questions. Will you increase the number of ways withdrawals can be made? I'm not really sure what you mean by that question. Right now, we do have bank transfer, PayPal, and Bitcoin. I'm not really sure what other methods we could use. I know Skrill is a popular one. We have no real plan to use Skrill right now. No reason why, but just we feel as though we have enough methods of withdrawal. Will you guys offer a buyback option to possibly reload your live account if you blow it after, say, 3 months, if you have proved yourself as a profitable trader and got unlucky? That's something we're thinking about. We don't really know because it's hard to say how that impacts the business, right? We have to financially model everything out. So we'll see, if that makes sense for us to do. I don't see any reason why not, but it just comes down to us having the time as a business to strategically offer that to you guys. All right, so we got another question on the drawdown from Cheryl. Hope you're doing well, Cheryl. What's the difference between daily drawdown and maximum drawdown? So it's very simple. The daily drawdown is less than the maximum drawdown. So during the day, you can't lose per se 6%, when the maximum drawdown is always going to be 12%. So the maximum drawdown is fixed from the starting balance. So if you have a 200K account, or let's go with 100K, it's simpler. If you have a 100K account, your maximum drawdown will always be fixed at 88K, right? So if you go down to 88K any point in equity or balance, the account will be failed. Now, the daily drawdown will be variable per what the starting day's balance is. So if you go up to 105, when you start the day with 105K, it's times 0.06 times 6%. That is what you're allowed to lose during that day. As we implement the new dashboard, one of the changes that will be coming is the daily drawdown. And please excuse me, there's a train coming by. The daily drawdown will become it will become fixed in the sense that right now we're leaving a buffer. So if you go up 10K, you have an extra, I think it's like $300. Once we implement the new dashboard, the new drawdown will always be 6,000 for the day. This is very similar to every other prop firm. So it will always be, if you go down 6,000, which is the original 6% in the day, then you'll be subject to lose the account. Let's go here. Someone is asking, Are stocks available? If yes, can we have stock lists with spreads and commissions, please? Again, guys, I name what the brokers are: Nash Markets and Purple Trading. You can check out their platforms, all their instruments. We're going to be offering basically all their instruments. The only thing with stock trading is you cannot hold overnight. So that's something you have to be very careful of. But stocks will be available. Would you change in the future profit targets for the challenge model? No, because if we did change the profit target to be lower, we would have to effectively change the 6%, 12% drawdown. And we believe that that is more important than lowering the actual target. Could we get a more in-depth explanation on the capital growth? Yeah, I'm going to actually go into the capital growth really quickly. Let's just go into the FAQ here. And let's take a look. And if you guys haven't already, definitely come through the FAQ and just literally just go through every single thing and, you know, see what's going on here. I can't even find in our own FAQ the scaling plan. Here we go. All right, so we're going to cover the scaling plan, how it works. So I know everyone's been asking questions about that. So let's see here. So the goal of this is obviously to allow you guys to scale up your account. The maximum you can have in the challenges that pass is 600K. So once you get your 600K or 200K, 100K, whatever, you can scale that up to 1.5 million. So you can't scale each 200K to 1.5 million. It's not per account, it's total. You can total have 1.5 million on the account. So say that you guys, and let's see if we can bring this up right now, bring up a calculator. Say you guys have a 600K account, and after 3 months, you've been trading live, you've been profitable at least 2 out of the 3 months. That means that month 1 and 2, you were up 1% each month, and month 3, you were down 2%. But 2 out of 3 months, you were profitable. So you can see here with an average return of 6%. So for this in particular, you need to have an average return of 6%. So if month 1, you have 6% return, month 2, you have 6% return, and then month 3, you're down 3%. If you were to add all those up, divide it by 3, I believe it'd be that actually wouldn't even be. So you'd have to have an average of 6% over those 3 months. So you basically would have to make to 3 months, trying to do this quick math here, you'd have to average about, again, 6%. So you can't have 1 month where you go down big, like realistically. That's going to really skew these results here. I'm going to also do a YouTube video. We'll get more into the actual calculation. But you can just read through here, pretty much 2% return per month average over the 3 months. So if you're up, I'm just trying to think of like different examples. If you're up 4% in month 1, 4% in month 2, but then in month 3, you're down 4%, you know what I mean? Then you will still actually be able to achieve the 6% over the 3 months because you just add everything up. So in the event that you do qualify for that, you'll become eligible for an account size increase of 25% of the original balance of the account. So if you do have a 600K account, we're going to treat that as the account being essentially merged. If you're trading each of the accounts separately, you know, then each account will be evaluated, right? So if a 600K account is merged, then we'll be evaluating just that account. If you have a 200K, a 50K, a 100K, maybe the 200K you average 6% over 3 months. The 50K, maybe you only averaged 4 because you're trading it differently. And then the 100K, you'll only average 5. You would only be eligible for the 25% increase on the one account, right? Now, again, those accounts, so the 200K would increase by 25%. You get an additional 50K in for your balance, right? 50K would get added onto the balance. You can scale that all the way up to 1.5 million. Obviously, the easiest way to do that would be to have a 600K merged account. If you had a 600K merged account and you were trying to actually scale that all the way up, it would effectively take you probably around a year. You know, we could do the math kind of more particularly. And again, I'll cover this actually in a video, but I just want to do for the sake of us. So if you had averaged over 3 months the 6% on a 600K merged account, you would get an additional 150K of balance added. So your account would then go up to 750 from that 600K. Now, say in another 3 months, you average that again. We'll do this again. You would add on another 150. So then you go up to 900,000, and then so on and so on. So it would take you a year to actually get up to the 1.5 million if you consistently traded. Let me see if you consistently met this mark. It is definitely possible, but from what I'm seeing, is everyone is trying to Hail Mary these and make like 100K in the first week and fucking up their account. If I were to tell you today, you got a funded account, and if I were to tell you today that 1 year from now, you will have the funded account, maybe every 3 months, you won't scale it up, but you'll average 2% a month over that year, and you had a 200K account. So you're averaging 2% on the 200K. That's about $4,000 a month, maybe after the split, 3,500. So in total, you have made about 40 grand over the year, as opposed to you had the account for 1 month, you got paid out $8,000, and then you blew the account. Which experience do you think would be more beneficial for you as a trader and your career, right? Having that full year, full track record, verified, working with a prop firm. You could probably go seek investment now from investors. You could probably potentially open your own little fund, you know, and bring in investments because of the fact that you've been so consistent. Or you made 8,000 in 1 month, you know, as opposed to only making maybe 2 or 4, and then you blew the account because you're being super aggressive. You know, it's obvious. It's obvious that you should be focused on the longer term goal, you know, but obviously when it comes to the psychology behind these things, people are really trying to make moves as soon as possible, which at the same time I understand, but I'm just trying to advise you guys from what I've seen. So yeah, that's a little bit about the capital scaling plan. I'll put together a better video, better explanation where I sit down and really run through all of that for you guys and like do the calculations on like a YouTube video. So let's go on to the next question here. We're ripping through this. I just need to send a note to my associate really quickly because I did have another meeting at 9:30. Let's see. So just give me 1 second. Again, guys, if you just joined, please post a question inside of the chat. That'll qualify you for the giveaway that we are doing. All right, so we got a bunch more questions here. What trading tracker do you use in the background of the new dashboard? I mean, there's not really a way to explain that to be honest with you. You know, there's not like a trading tracker. It's pretty much all custom built technology. So it's all like custom developed and all that. So there's not really a name for the trading tracker. When will the new broker be available, and can I save a present retry until then? Yeah, you can save a retry for the new broker, and like I had mentioned, the new broker will be available as soon as next week. So we finalized that. The dashboard will be available with the new broker, and once that goes live, all accounts that are purchased will be on the new broker. And again, the brokers are going to be Nash Markets, Purple Trading, and then our own broker is coming in the future as we have a more realistic timeline, and we can set that up and test it thoroughly because we don't want to just have one option for you guys. We do want to have multiple. That being said, if you start a challenge with one broker, you cannot change to another broker like mid-challenge, okay? So if you're starting with Nash Markets and you message us in 2 weeks and you're like, I want to do Purple Trading, like just relax. You can't switch in the middle of the challenge. It's up to you. You can open demo accounts with them and you can test them out. you know, you can create your own free trial for the funded trader. I'll put another YouTube video out on how to do that. But, you know, you don't need to do that. You know, you test it all out yourself and then make the purchase after you've tested everything. You know what I mean? Go about it the right way. Let's see. Does the max drawdown on a live account reset after every month? I don't really know if that makes sense. You know, does the max drawdown reset after every month? I guess you're saying if your challenge is up maybe 20K, does the max drawdown change? And it does not. So you could be up 30K and every single day for the rest of the month, you lose 5%. So you don't hit the daily drawdown, you just consistently lose 5%, 5%, 5%, all the way down back to your original balance, and you will not lose the account. That's why risk management is key. What are the payment methods allowed? Currently, the payment method is debit, credit, and crypto. So those are our two payment methods that you can utilize. Will you ever introduce a raw spread broker? Yeah, the new brokers that are coming out, Nash Markets and Purple Trader, both have raw spreads. What are the plans for the accelerated? So that is something I'm not going to speak about right now, but I will say once our current projects are up, where we implement the dashboard, the new broker, a few other things as well, a few other feature updates, then we're going to focus on the accelerated program, since all the automations will be set up. And you know, that's going to be very interesting because Blake's going to build the program out, and he obviously knows exactly what everyone wants. So it's going to be very interesting. Someone said, I'd like to ask if you're planning on increasing, decreasing the drawdown. We are not planning on increasing, decreasing the drawdown. You know, it's just not in our plans. When is the new dashboard going to be live? Next week. And the reason I'm putting all these questions in there is one, so you guys can see it, and two, so when we post the YouTube video, I can make annotations so everyone can click through and like skip where they want to go. For people that are asking a demo of the dashboard, this is going to be what the dashboard looks like, but there is going to be some add-ons towards the bottom here. As you can see, there is a reset button. So we are implementing a reset in the future, just not right now. We don't have it currently modeled out to be able to feature that, but there will be an account reset button in the event that you do want to reset your challenge. It obviously will be for a fee, but it will be possible. Can we apply for $1 billion account? We will be coming out with a $1 million challenge. So not a $1 billion challenge, because like, come on, guy. But $1 million challenge, the leverage will be a bit different. The reason why we've been holding off on it is because of the fact that, yeah, maybe it's a $1 million account, but if you only have 1 to 10 leverage, it's the same as having a $100,000 account, 1 to 100 leverage, right? And that's what some of these firms do, is they manipulate you. They say $1 million account, but you have 1 to 3 leverage. Like, why the hell would I want a $1 million account, 1 to 3 leverage? So if we could put together a $1 million account but have decently high leverage, that makes it, maybe it would do a 500K account with 1 to 50 leverage or 1 to 100 leverage instead of a $1 million account, 1 to 50 leverage. You know what I mean? So we'll see what we can do with that. We will not be doing 10K or 25K. It's simply not worth our time. MT5 one day, yes, MT5 is going to be coming. Nash Markets does have MT5, and we can integrate that with our dashboard as well. How long does it take to verify your account, the standard or challenge? I don't know what you mean by verify. I don't know if you mean review. Let's see 1 second. Sorry, guys. So let's see. Is there any specific launch date for the broker? Yes. So it is going to be next week. 100% it's coming next week. So we're definitely excited about that. Will the new broker allow trading in all US index futures like ES? You'll be able to see that. We'll post we'll post about that. But short answer is yes. How does the leaderboard challenge work? I would just watch the video on YouTube. I'm gonna get too in depth on reiterating some of the stuff that's on the YouTube channel. Head over to YouTube. You can come on the website, click YouTube, and you can see right there and answer some of those questions. Angie, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. New broker. So yeah, new broker is going to be coming next week, guys. It's going to be obviously a big improvement from what we currently have going on. This is actually a good question. Do you guys also take the challenge as in guys running the business? No, we do not take the challenge. I actually am taking challenges with other firms because at the end of the day, I still trade. And for me, it's a bit of a conflict of interest to be, I guess, trading our own investors' funds. I'd rather stick to, having our business run, and then, I try to take advantage of other opportunities. Obviously, I have my own account as well. I don't necessarily need to get funded with the funded trader. I'm more doing these other challenges for a Forex league, for clients and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I have our own accounts as well that have whatever amount of money. So yeah, we're not taking the funded trader challenges. Blake's not taking the funded trader challenges as partners in the business who are invested in it. Doesn't make much sense. I'm going for 600K, just to let everyone know. Yeah, I mean, go for 600K. We have a few people that actually made it through with 600K. So it's definitely possible. Definitely go for it. Let's see. This is a good one for people that don't know. Does the drawdown increase along with the profits? Right now it does. So if you go up to 105K, the daily drawdown does increase. It's 6% of the daily starting balance. So yeah, drawdown does increase. Are you guys going to change the price once the broker is put in place? No, the price isn't going to change anymore. It's going to stay the same. The only difference is we're not going to be doing any more discounts. Now that we're going to have like a fully operational system where we don't see the need to discount every other week. So this is going to be the last discount. We'll get into that at the end. We are running our last discount right now. So the last discount right now is 15% off plus 115% refund. So, definitely take advantage of the discount because it is available and it's going to end tonight. So tonight's going to be the last night. You can take advantage of the discount. You can delay your challenges. If you want to wait for the new broker, just put 00000000 in the month, date, and year, and we will delay it. What do you check out? Ask you for that. What's the TFT vision and goal for the coming months and 2022? I'm going to actually end the webinar with this final question here. Yeah, I'm going to end the webinar with this final question. We covered a lot in here, and I'm not seeing a lot of repeat questions that are coming on. So yeah, we are going to end the webinar with the final question is, what is the TFT vision and the goal for the coming months and 2022? This is a great question to answer. I certainly know what my vision is. Just so you guys know, I am the CEO of the business, right? So I had the idea to bring everyone together. I knew Blake. I went to Blake and said, hey, Blake, I know you're well invested in this industry. Would you be open to partnering in a large capacity with us on our firm? He's not just a marketer. He's not just an advertiser. Blake is a partner in the firm, but I'm the founder of the Funded Trader. So I constructed the team. I'm constructing what the vision is for the business with the help of, Blake's advisory. And what I will say is our goal certainly is to hit X amount of profits in a month for sure, 500K, $1 million given to traders in 1 month. But the vision from the beginning has always just been, we can scroll down here. It's always just been the customer service, guys. That's all that it really comes down to, is we want to be client focused. We want to have excellent customer service. So we want to continue to add team members. We want to continue to have very responsive questions. We want to be quick with our responses to you guys when there are issues. We want you to be at the forefront of this business. We have the Discord, we have the Telegram, we have our own communities. We want your feedback to be implemented as quickly as possible. We want to hear from you guys the changes that you want made, and we want to make them happen as quickly as we can. So always going to be client focused. Obviously, we are traders. I've traded at an FTMO for 3 years now. Blake, as you can see, trades with a ton of prop firms. So, we do know what's going on. We're very familiar. We're not just random dudes that started a prop firm and now we're getting on video and like saying a bunch of random shit. Like, we know what we're talking about. We literally have been embedded in this industry, like together between all of the partners. I think the partner with the most experience has been in the industry trading Forex margin trading for about 8 years. Blake's been in about 3 years or 4 years, 5 years. I've been in about 4 years. Another partner's been in about 2 years. So we have a lot of experience in the industry. We want the scaling plan to become more aggressive. Maybe in the future, changes will come to the scaling plan, or there will be opportunities for funded traders to upgrade and have a more aggressive scaling plan. So that's something, and we want to have the greatest and widely available platforms. So MT5, ctrader, who are all of them available, so that you guys can use. And then to me, a lot of it comes down to like giving the funded traders more and more opportunities. So we want to create the achievements. That's going to be for all of the traders in phase 1, 2, and funded. We want to create like a more immersive experience when it comes to the brand, when it comes to clothing, when it comes to different items, different opportunities. So one of the things that I really want to do is like the top funded traders each month, maybe the top 2, they will be given awards, right? So maybe there'll be like a retreat that they earn, some type of vacation. It's just like the top performers in our business are going to be rewarded at the end of the day. They're making us money. They're making themselves money. So I don't know what that looks like yet, whether we like grant them some sort of vacation allowance, gift allowance, something like that. But there is going to be something like that coming for the funded traders, because at the end of the day, if you guys make it through, or should I say when you guys make it through, there should be a reason that people are competing on this funded trader profit dashboard. Like, people should be competing with each other. I'm very competitive, so I want this to be as gamified as possible, as competitive as possible, because at the end of the day, if there's an environment for people to come to and to compete, they're not only likely to want to come back, they're going to be likely to want to help make it better, right? So that's ultimately what we want. We want a community that's going to help us make things better, and we want to build a culture of people who are competing to win and who are trying to obviously, we won't say change their lives. I think it's kind of corny, but make progress in their trading career, and obviously be afforded more opportunities because of that. So 2022, I mean, the goal in 2022 is definitely going to be to have over 400 funded traders for sure, 400 plus funded traders, be doing 500K payouts per month minimum, have the commissions scaled down, to as low as possible for the challenges, have our new broker or our own broker definitely live. And then from there are also some other things we have going on in the background when it comes to a fund that we're starting. We want to give funded traders opportunities to reinvest their profits in a fund, because normally you have to be an accredited investor to invest in like hedge funds and stuff like that. So that's something that we have coming down the line as well. Jay, earlier in the call, I answered how many funded traders there are and get into detail about that. So you can go back and watch that. So everyone that posted a question qualifies for the giveaway. Anthony Chase, I can't possibly announce the winner of the giveaway when I haven't even looked at all the people that submitted their names. So I'm going to go through, I'll pick a winner of the giveaway. After this call, I'll get this uploaded onto YouTube, and that's going to pretty much be it. I thank all of you guys for joining. We'll start to do these once per month just to give you guys all an update. We'll have other team members hop on and contribute to this type of call as well. And big things are coming. New brokers coming next week, or should I say Nash and Purple Trading. And again, the discount is live until tonight. So if you guys want to get in on the discount, it is going to be live until this evening, until midnight tonight, 15% off, plus 115% refund. Use code TheFundedTrader at checkout, and you guys will be able to take advantage of that. Please like and subscribe on YouTube if you guys are listening. And as always, thank you guys so much for all the support. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys all soon.